Oh my goodness. Okay. It's 8 a.m. So, I don't have any headphones in, so I have no sound at the moment. But I am doing a Klingon makeup. I'm applying my Klingon makeup. Now, I've already applied the makeup on half of my face just so that you don't have to watch me do the boring stuff for this. So, um the reason I am putting on Klingon makeup, my things say that I'm still offline. Refresh. Just refresh this over here. Not hit. Well, I'm seeing a preview video, but it's viewers click to toggle, but it's saying offline. Maybe there's just no viewers. I don't know. Anyway, that wouldn't surprise me. Already getting a message from my husband, so let's see. Okay. Hopefully everything is coming through. It looks like stuff is coming through. What? Great. Voice meter. It's set to voice meter aux output. You can hear me. Great. Okay. Awesome. That's okay. I'm glad you can hear me because it shows offline for viewers, but I can see my little preview stream just fine, so I'm gonna hide that. Good morning, Amanda! Yay, you're here! Great. Oh, why is sound crackly? I don't know. I'm gonna power through so I can get my makeup done, I guess. I don't know what else to do about that. Let's move this a little bit, maybe? I don't know. That was probably a terrible noise. Okay, so makeup. So I did the bottom half of my face already. I use, especially for conventions when I am there all day, I use hardcore stage makeup. These pots are all almost empty. I use Ben Nye. It's like oil-based and terrible for your skin, but holy moly does it stay. So that's why I use that. It's I would use it for band gigs. I used it for theater. It's theater makeup. You can order it online. You can look around your town for a theater costume supply or makeup and find it there. It's not cheap, but one of these little pots will last you years, like years. A little goes a long way. And you just apply it with standard, like, you know, cheapy makeup sponges that you can get anywhere. I've got these little wedges. They work really good. I prefer, they make some that are more, like, these are nice and foam. They make some that are, the ones I have are like nice and foamy and a little more dense. I like these better. There's some other ones that are more spongy, and those on my skin, it was just like they crumbled on my skin, and it was really, I don't like using those, and I always get angry at myself when I accidentally buy them. So, yeah, those last a while too, so not a big deal. It depends on how much you're going out. So, you can see behind me here, I have my lovely set of Klingon ridges. they're so pretty. This is my lady. So I actually take my ridges and I make this very easy on myself. I sewed my ridges to my wig. So it's a little bit less of a process. This was something that we did in Klingon Christmas Carol. I did the first 2 years of Klingon Christmas Carol here in Chicago. Klingon Christmas Carol is why I got into Klingon fandom and Star Trek fandom, and just it really in a lot of ways kind of changed my life 6 years ago. So um so yeah, it was 2010, 2011. I did Klingon Christmas Carol, and holy moly, did you um you sweat your ridges off in that. So I have my ridges. I've got them, on. I have them sewn to my wig. I have this lovely red wig. I have a very pretty sparkly hair clip in here. If you don't know me, and you're tuning into this stream, I sing pop songs in Klingon. And I'll be doing an AMA later on in my stream. I think I have that set for around maybe like 5 p.m. Central Time. So that would be what 3 p.m. Pacific and 6 p.m. Eastern. So I'll do an Ask Me Anything, and I'll probably sing a few songs on the stream. So I raised $470 for Extra Life before today, so I'm up to 635. That's very exciting. And so because of that, 47 is a special Star Trek number. And I said that if I raised $470, I would do a large chunk of my stream wearing my Klingon ridges. So I'm applying them live now. So the first thing you have to do, you have to start with a clean actual forehead. I use these Noxzema anti-blemish pads. They are amazing. We dubbed them in Klingon Christmas Carol. We called them pain. I believe they were called pain pads, kind of like pain sticks. They were our actor rite of ascension for for Klingon Christmas Carol, because we had to wear our ridges 4 nights a week. We did some shows where we did two performances. So they by the end of the week, these things just burn. They burn. And it's really, really uncomfortable. So okay, so that should be good and clean that way. And you really need to come to make sure your forehead is really clean, which is why I only applied my actual makeup from like here down. I'm wearing green eyeshadow, kind of in honor of original series Klingons. You watch Star Trek, the early season in the original series, the way they designated aliens seemed to be ears and eyeshadow. And Klingons wore green eyeshadow. So the next step in this process is Prosade. Let's make sure Prosade adhesive. This is medical grade prosthetic adhesive. It is this is hardcore. But it's actually what they use professionally in to make a lot of, you can make anything from like wounds to making things stick using prosthetic adhesive. One of the great things about Prosade is that it dries like clear, and makeup actually adheres to it. So when it dries, like whatever color your actual makeup is, it blends really well. The one thing I'm not probably going to do today, but I will talk about it a little bit, is like really hardcore blending my ridges, because that just takes forever. And like we're already 10 minutes into this, so. But I do have this stuff here to do that. I am just not going to do that today. I usually get lazy at conventions anyway. I mean, who am I kidding? When I go to conventions and stuff, I usually don't bother blending too much. I have friends who are super hardcore and amazing about it, but it's a lot of time and waiting for things to dry and stuff like that. Although with the Prozaid, you make it, and I'll talk about it once I get them on. You make this stuff called Cabapatch, and it actually dries a lot faster. It's so much better than using latex. A lot of people, you can use latex to actually like adhere them to your skin, but a lot of times you're using like this is actually my prosthetic is a latex prosthetic, and so if you're using actual latex to bond it to your skin, that's just adhering to your prosthetic. So you're slowly building up more latex on your prosthetic. It doesn't come off. Where when you're using something like um, Prozaid or Spirit Gum or something like that, that comes off a lot easier. I don't use Spirit Gum. You can probably like already tell, like, I don't know, I could see it here. Like my skin's red. I have really sensitive skin, and Prozaid is really good for sensitive skin. It also has a really good restick value. So the first thing I do is I take my Prozaid, I use just Q-tips because using brushes, it'll just ruin brushes. So I just use Q-tips. And I put a layer of the Prozaid just along the edge of the prosthetic. The beautiful thing about Prozaid is because it is so flipping strong, this is another thing where just like with stage makeup, a little bit goes a very long way with this stuff. So you don't need a lot. I need to turn on another light over here. Sorry if that's like really bright. Um, a little bit goes a long way with this stuff. It's also really easy to tell when it's done. It goes on. It's like a white kind of glue. It looks like Elmer's glue. I don't think it's gonna show up. Oh yeah, well maybe a little bit. It's like a white Elmer's glue, and then it dries clear, so it's really easy to know when it is done. I am going pretty hardcore on my. I'm gonna knocking stuff over. I'm gonna go pretty hardcore on this as well. Since I'm planning on wearing these for a minimum of 12 hours, but very likely I'm gonna wear these until like well after midnight. Um, I'm part of me is thinking I might try to wear them the full 24 hours just to because I'm crazy. Although because of daylight savings time, thank you daylight savings time, I'm gonna have to play for 25 hours. Which is part of the reason why I'm doing this right now. Because I gotta kill some freaking time. Um Also, it's helping me keep me to my word of wearing my ridges. Alright. I'm almost done there. And now I just have to wait for that to dry. And while that dries, with Prozaid, you do a double. You basically make one layer on your prosthetic and one layer on your forehead. Now, the reason that you can't see my eyebrows is not because I don't have any eyebrows. I do. I am a natural redhead, and they are blonde. So, I don't tend to worry about them too much. But the one thing I do is I take some chapstick and I actually rub the chapstick over my eyebrow. That helps keep the prosthetic adhesive from actually bonding to my eyebrows and then ripping them out. Because even though you can't see them, they do exist. And sometimes I like to paint them in. So, that drag queens use like Elmer's glue. I use chapstick. Serves two purposes. I can actually use it later on during my stream when my lips get chapped. Next, I apply the Prozaid. Now, I did this along my brow. I know how my ridges fit, so I know that I need to put prosthetic adhesive sort of like right below my eyebrows, and then kind of up. I do like it's gonna be like a little U like that. So, and I'll probably go up here, and I might do a little bit above as well. I'm going to make sure that these things stay on, and when I rip them off later, I don't know if I'm going to do that on the stream or not, but when I rip them off later, it's gonna hurt. Because I'm not, it's not like I'm at a convention where I'm walking around or I'm on stage where I'm sweating profusely. I'm just sitting here all day and I'm doing this like I am actually going to be on stage. I need another one of these. I want Prosade all over my. Oh, this is so hard to do. It's all backwards. I'm using my OBS preview as like a. Oh, see, you can kind of see it's like going on like war paint. Here. I'm gonna put a wig cap on later, but aha, I figured it out. Really hard to do in something that's not actually a mirror. I didn't anticipate that. That's okay. There's probably a lot of things that are going to happen today that I didn't anticipate, so. Start right here. It's fine. I also can't actually see my eyebrows. I suppose I could use an actual mirror. Do this off to the side, but I'm being hardcore about it, yo. It takes less time for it to dry on my skin than it does on the actual prosthetic usually, so that's why I do the prosthetic first and then I do my skin afterwards. I have one friend who is also streaming today. His stream name is Kurg, and Kurg, Qurgh, Kurg, it means beans in Klingon. But Chris Lipscomb actually is one of the translators that I work with on my project, and we have a Klingons for Kids team. We've raised over $1,100 so far for Extra Life. Our team goal was $2,000. I am at 635. I'm really excited, and yeah, good stuff. We're doing this for kids. So, but Kurg actually, he has really long hair, and so he doesn't wig or anything like that. And he he does Klingon stuff frequently enough that his ridges, they fit so well. He just has like little elastic straps kind of put in them, and he just like puts it on, and then his hair just covers the straps and you can't even tell, and they look great. And then there's no prosthetic adhesive and there's no mess, no fuss to clean up. I kind of envy him that. I do. I mean, I suppose I could figure out a way to do that, but I would feel far less hardcore about the whole thing. And as it is, I get lazy with my applications, so. All right, let's see how this is doing over here. This still has a little bit of drying to do. Let's see if there's anything else I could talk about while that's drying. Oh, Cabapatch. Yeah, so Cabapatch is what gets used. So once I put my ridges on, one thing, my ridges actually fit pretty well. So if my makeup is done right, I don't need to worry about like the edges of my prosthetic. Like it all kind of just blends right into my skin and it's fine. But if I really wanted to take it and kick it up the next step and really make it look like it was, if you were right up close and personal with me, they blend right into my skin. There is this stuff called Cabapatch. And that's, I think, the professional name for it. Like you can buy jars of it. But you can also make it yourself, which is actually better because prosthetic adhesive freezes. So it's better to order it in the warmer months when it doesn't have to get shipped cold, because you have to be careful with the temperature. It's fine if it gets too hot. It's really bad if it gets too cold. So uh, Cabapatch is kind of the same way, since it's made with prosthetic adhesive and just like silica powder, which you can buy online. And I bought this little thing off of Amazon and I never use it. But I wanted to have it just in case I ever wanted to use it. And so you take it. It's a mineral. It's just a mineral powder. It's a mineral finishing powder. And I have a little separate container that I keep just in case I ever want to mix the two because it turns into like a paste. So you kind of mix the two together until you have a paste. And then you you take it and you just kind of smudge it in. You can use your finger, you can use like a little like tongue depressor thing. What the heck are those popsicle sticks? You can use a brush, you can use little cotton swabs, um, and you just stick it and you blend it right in and you blend it down and let it dry. And it starts white and like bright white and just like this did, and then it turns clear and you can't see it anymore. And then you just put your makeup right over it. It dries faster with latex. Again, like I said, people use latex, but with the latex, you end up you have to let the layers dry. So you do a thin layer and you let it dry, and a thin layer and you let it dry. And then if you're using a latex prosthetic, it automatically sticks to your prosthetic, and it's almost impossible to get off without ruining your prosthetic. So that is not my preferred method because while not prohibitively expensive, these things also aren't like super cheap either. This one is made, both of mine actually. I love these. If you are a Trek nerd, this is based off the character Bile. She was in the episode of Star Trek where she's a Romulan hybrid. She's a Romulan Klingon. It's the episode, it's a two-parter where Worf in Next Generation goes to the colony where he thinks his father might be. Because of the whole like there was that thing that happened, and so he goes looking for his family basically and to figure out what happened to his family, and he finds Romulans and Klingons living in harmony. What? So crazy talk, but it is a thing. And so these are her ridges. I just thought they looked cool and I really liked how they fit. A friend of mine had gotten them and liked them. So the guy who makes these, his name is Bill Hedrick. Bill is the thought admiral for the Klingon Assault Group. And the Klingon Assault Group is a Klingon fan group. We are international, everywhere. And so those of us who are participating today, we are members of the Klingon Assault Group as well as the Klingon Language Institute. We have some people participating today too. So kind of awesome. I'm not fluent in Klingon, but I know enough to be annoying. Let's see if we are clear. I've got like one little spot that still needs to dry before I can put these on. Ugh. Sorry, guys. It happens sometime. That's all right. This is still taking less time than I thought it might. So every once in a while, this stuff takes forever to dry. It depends on the atmosphere in the room, and yeah, annoying. But my house is nice and dry, so. Oh, here, I can show you. I've got my Klingon style gaming. I'm set and prepared to do this. I have my Worf hoodie behind me in case I get cold. Ready. I'm ready to do this. I was really disappointed. I had to make a decision last night. I started playing the Doom that was released this year, and it was super fun, and I really wanted to play it, but it crashes my computer when I attempt to stream it. Like crash and destroyed things like files for programs. It was nuts. Apparently I went combing forums on this too, and it's just a freaking thing. Like it does, which is just insane. And this game's been out since like May, and they haven't fixed it. It's really bad. It's really bad. So no Doom, but I've never played BioShock Infinite before. I know. So I think I'm going to replace Doom with BioShock Infinite because if I could stream BioShock 2, which I did, I am so. I mean, I hear you. I just saw that you're, yeah, making the no doom face. I am so bummed. I wish you could have seen my face when at 7:30 last night. All of my sound. I have I'm using Voice Meter Banana for running sound for this, so that I can adjust things quickly on the fly. My husband got me all set up with that. Um, I had all of my scenes configured so I can like bounce here. Look, I'll show you since I'm still waiting for this to dry. So I have, oh look, I have scenes. See, like I can do that. I had those all set up. It was all super fly, super fancy. I tried to play Doom. I accidentally clicked out of the window and all three of my monitors went black, like just black. I could still hear the Doom sound and nothing. And then when I had to hard reboot like my computer, and when it came back up, it was like all of my settings were gone in Voice Meter Banana. I had to completely repatch and reconfigure everything. My scenes, like OBS wasn't even, I use OBS, Open Broadcast Software. OBS wouldn't, it was just not open. Like it was a mess. Was I was freaking out. I was freaking out. My husband will tell you I was not a pleasant person yesterday. I don't think he liked me very much. He loves me. We just had our 7th wedding anniversary, which is why I have this awesome Klingon banner blanket. That was my anniversary present. It's a pretty awesome anniversary present. He knows me so well. I'm so glad he loves me. Because I am a difficult individual sometimes. I know. Sorry, baby. I love you. Okay. So, um, this is looking pretty dry. So, here we go. Oh, okay. So, my hair is not as long as it once was, but I still like to use a wig cap. It's basically a pantyhose for your head. If you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, you always see the drag queens running around in these. You know I'm not crazy. The thing you wear makes my head look very round. I don't have to pin curl. Like if you have really long hair, kind of have to like pin curl the hair. Aw, thanks, Amanda. She congratulated us on 7 years married. 7 years married, 12 together. Gotta be a record for something. For us, I don't know. Maybe. um, so yeah, it just keeps your hair out of the way. For long hair, especially, like it's really handy. You kind of if you have long hair, but you're wearing a very like fitted wig, you end up having to like pin curl everything. Fortunately, this wig is huge, so I don't really have to worry about that. All right, so I can do this with a little adjustment and a flip. Flipped over. Here we go. My wig on. Oh, this is so not easy to try to get. I might need to go and might need a mirror. Might not. Oh, that'll work. That'll be good enough. Hopefully, good enough. And you just press the two layers. So I had the layer on my skin and the layer on the adhesive, and they just stick together. I'm a pop prince. I'm the pop princess of the Klingon world. My eyebrows must be well maintained. All right. Oh, there's a bobby pin in there. Back of the wig. Down. And we are Klingon gaming! Yes! This looks pretty good, actually, considering I kind of needed a mirror to do that. I'm not terribly crooked. Then, yeah, I'm happy with that. Then, because I didn't take my makeup all the way up, I'm just gonna do, not that when my face is in this like tiny little corner, anybody's really gonna be able to tell, but you know what? I'll know. When that, you can actually, you could almost kind of, I could tell, it was like the skin was really white. You can kind of see it's like a little darker, really white. That, blend it down. That just looks like I have eyeshadow on, so I'm all right. This is actually kind of great. This looks, I don't even have, like, because of the way the stream looks, I don't even have to blend these even if I wanted to, but I don't know if I can get up close enough to this. You can kind of see, you can kind of see the edges a little bit there. So if I were doing this for a convention, or if I were shooting I'm a pop warrior, so if I were shooting a music video or something, and I was going to get a close up, I would Kappa patch it all in and like make sure this blends well and stuff like that. But I'm not doing that. I'm playing games for 25 hours. So, oh, is that my hair sticking out there? What? Shenanigans. Oh, I did a terrible job, you guys. That always happens a little bit on the sides. It's a combination of this wig and these particular ridges, but side is very up and springy. I look forward to the people who come into this stream later on and are like, what the fuck is on her forehead? So, all right. So we are Klingoned up. It happened. So the, make my lips look pretty. All right. So we are extra life in Klingon style. We are extra life in Klingon style because I sing pop songs in Klingon, and I raised $470 before Extra Life Day. So here I am, Klingoned up. I just applied my makeup, and I'm gonna turn this light off now. And I think I am ready to game. I was gonna start out the day